Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you received the February monthly watercolor subscription from me, then this is probably what you're looking at. I know, we can't wait, right? Because the pink envelope has arrived again, and we are so excited because this time we're going to be painting cherry blossoms. So this video series is going to roll out in several portions. One, opening the package and showing you everything that's in it, and then you're going to get videos that go along with the corresponding cards. So let me explain. If you haven't signed up for the monthly watercolor subscription, I suggest that you do, because whether you are a collector of watercolor pigments and you really want to experience a lot of watercolor, or you just want to learn and pick up some lessons, maybe join the group challenges, which are in our Facebook group. There's so much fun to be had, and this is like getting a Christmas present for yourself every single month. So please come along with us on this journey. We're having such a good time. In celebration of our 6 months of doing this wonderful thing, you have got a present waiting for you. And what it is this beautiful charm. I thought that since cherry blossoms meant to remind us of renewal and rebirth and the just tranquility and so many wonderful things that we all need to think about constantly in our lives and be present with, I thought you might enjoy having one of these on your studio table. So I sent you one in your box. So please find it within your palette when you open it up and use it any way you'd like. You can add it to an earring. You can put it on your studio table. You can add it and to your sketchbook, onto maybe a string or a piece of ribbon to remind you that we are thinking of you here. And every time you paint, hopefully this will bring you so much good luck and just peace and joy and tranquility. So that is your gift for being here with me on this 6-month anniversary of the monthly watercolor subscription and my store, Jack's Watercolor. So if you haven't checked it out, it definitely is a place to go and get samples of all the major watercolor brands and experience them in palettes with challenge cards and fun things to do. I think you'll have a blast, especially if you're looking to experiment with professional watercolor. So the first thing you're going to see is a note from me, which I always send and include. And this one talks about cherry blossoms. I mean, mainly cherry blossom. It's captured the hearts of so many over the years, hasn't it? It's one of those things that it's charming. I know here in Canada where I am, we have cherry blossom trees everywhere. So every spring they just bloom and I go absolutely bonkers for them. So to me, they're always on top of mind. In the Japanese culture, they represent fragility and ephemeral nature of life. It reminds us to cherish each moment that we have. And I think that's really important to think about, especially because if you're into watercolor, you're probably doing this for yourself so that you can give yourself a gift. And I think that that is super, super important. I think it's really important that we acknowledge the fact that our journeys might be different, but in a sense, we are all here by the grace and also struggling in very similar ways. So remember the cherry blossom as being that little piece of nature that offers you grace and vibrant and delicate feelings of nature, and just it's renewal and the arrival of spring. So this should be really fun. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards and what's inside of our package, shall we? First, you're going to see a drawing a cherry blossom card. This one is something new that I've started experimenting with in the subscriptions to help you draw better. Especially with your florals and botanicals. Even if you're not taking a watercolor class from me, I think you'll really enjoy just kind of going through the drawing a cherry blossom challenge card. On the front, it shows you how to draw a cherry blossom, which I will go over with you in videos. In the back, it shows you a challenge card where you can swatch the colors in the kit and also color in the cherry blossoms for the first time. On the back of this card, it's a value map. So this is going to show you a drawing of a cherry blossom branch and some ideas for how the values actually are applied on the paper in a very loose way. It might help you get a feel for how imperfect perfection can be, and maybe it will encourage you to loosen up your style just a bit. It also gets you to start recognizing values within your watercolor drawings in hopes that you will get even better and struggle less. And then finally, we're going to attempt to do a cherry blossom tree. I have one outlined for you on this watercolor card. All the cards that I send you are 50% cotton Fabriano, and these are the lighter weight, but in your kit, you'll also find a mix of professional 100% watercolor cards. So this time you probably got some Winsor Newton. You probably got some Arches, which is 100% cotton, and Fabriano, which is 100% cotton, 300 GSM, 140 pound. You'll also find a inspiration picture. The inspiration photos are just to kind of get you going, you know? You can copy them onto your computer if you want to. You can take a picture by phone and keep it. You're not meant to paint on it. It's supposed to stay in your file. Now on my website coming up, you're going to see a lot of these really neat challenge cards. And the reason why is because I think they're very inspiring for art. So don't be surprised if you aren't able to get palettes of colors with these challenge cards, or at least samples with them, because I really find that they are so valuable. Don't you? I think they're really great, especially if you're struggling and trying to come up with ideas and you just want an easier way to paint. So you don't have to paint all of this, especially if you're a beginner, but we do have all kinds of people that are part of our watercolor subscription. And there's even some that take advantage of the beautiful blue. Now, not everybody is going to get every challenge card. They are similar in the fact that those first 3 cards are in every subscription, but these printed cards, there are a couple of different styles. So depends on what you get. Open your package and let's take a look. Pretty cool, right? But these are just ways for you, even with the stickers, ways for you to just feel like, okay, I'm in the cherry blossom mood, I'm getting in the zone, I think this is going to be great. Now, some of you also took my advice and as well as your subscription, added to your subscription with some fresh new things that I just got into the store. Now let's go over those really quick. First, we have a new pen in the store, and this is one that is waterproof and has 2 sides. I love it because it has 2 sides, and it's the only one I've ever seen that has both. So it has a pointed side for like ink and wash, and it has a marker side for more like if you want to color in things or you want a little bit of a thicker edge. It is waterproof and you can paint over it right away. That's a great thing to add to your subscription this next month. I also have this set that arrived, and this is a set of watercolor brushes. So you're going to get a set of green brush, and these are long, beautiful pointed detail brushes. So they're great for riggers. They're great for all of these branches. I highly recommend this brush. And isn't it so cute because it comes with its own little holder and a little mixing pot that you can use for water just to wash your brush off or for paint. Another thing that you might have received is the Schminke Horadam limited edition retro color, and this was it came from my studio. So if you purchased a monthly watercolor subscription and added to your subscription, you would have gotten a free gift from me, and this is what you would have received. This is a beautiful color, and I'll be using it in the video. There is also a review of it already on the channel. Another thing that you probably saw on the website is this set here. This one comes with a couple of brushes that are really beautiful detail brushes. And so if you don't like the blue and you wanted something a little more neutral, this is that beautiful Japanese style wood, enameled, really heavyweight brush holder that you guys always ask me about. And I paired it up with a really interesting like stain-free palette. So you can use this for water, but I use it to mix paint in. I think it's really handy, and I love the fact that it has that extra brush holder because I tend to load my brushes up. These are the new brushes, by the way. These ones I love. Look at the points on them. They're crazy. And they are really beautifully indestructible. They come in a lot of different sizes, and I see you guys have actually ordered so many of them that I think we sold out twice already, but I did restock. So there is, I believe, 15 different sizes. So there's a lot of this brush to choose from. I did that because I simply love the brush. And I think for beginners, a lot of you have water control, and this has a nice snap. So it's a synthetic brush that won't overwhelm you, that will really give you that sharp point when you need it, or the decent amount of water for petals and for leaves. So if you're a botanical painter, I think I would look into this brush because it's affordable and you don't need a ton of them. You can just get a small one, a medium, and a large one, and you would be totally good to go. And if you want to spoil yourself, you can get one of every size while I have them. Another one that we just got in was by request, and that is a set of, there's actually 2 sets in 2 different sizes. So they come in sets of 3, and these are those angular shader brushes. These are amazing for beginners as well because they have this lovely snap. You can even use them to spray watercolor onto your paper. They're going to make amazing roses. And if you're a botanical painter, you are going to love these. So pick yourself up a set for sure. Okay, so those are the additions to our watercolor monthly subscription that you might see a lot of people boasting about or excited about because they added those to their subscriptions. Now, if you're new to the subscription, you do get a watercolor brush. So I usually send a watercolor brush and everything you need just to sit down and paint. So you will be getting that. Oh yeah, this was really cute too. I noticed a lot of you ordered it. This is great for traveling and also for your studio. And what this is a brush cleaner. Not in the way that you would finally clean your brush. It's actually to clean the paint off your brush before you put it into the water. Or you can actually tap a little bit of moisture off the brushes if you find that your brush is in fact too wet. Okay, let's watch our colors, shall we? And that will get us started with the first video. After that, you're going to start seeing me just kind of go over these different cards and try all these different things on different videos, as well as the challenge cards. That should be so much fun. So a lot of you are asking me which colors are which in here, and I'm going to go over them with you because they're all in the same order. I can never pick anything up with my nails lately. I don't know what it is. Okay, so if you look at this challenge card here, you're going to find that it has the names of the colors on there. So let's go over them. I'm going to take a brush. Let's just add a little bit of water to each of our colors here, very simply. Now these are handmade watercolors by yours truly. So if you haven't had a chance to try out my handmade watercolors, I think you're going to love them. They're honey watercolor. The first one is blush, and this is if you're a big fan of buff titanium, you will be a fan of this because it is a titanium pink. So it's got that beautiful, beautiful, like gorgeous blushy, blushy pink. I love these kinds of colors that are made from titanium. I think they are so fun and really interesting to mix into your watercolors. I think you'll have a great time with it, and it certainly is something different that you probably haven't seen before. Next one, we have the Aqua Sky. Aqua Sky is a new color. I have not made this one. It is exclusive for this set, and it is a gorgeous granulating PB50. It is so pretty. If you're a fan of cerulean, you're definitely going to be loving the Aqua Sky. I do have some quarter pans available on the website if you want to pick up a quarter pan and you run out really fast. This is a one-time thing. I have not made a lot of this. I don't even know if I'll reproduce it. It was specially made for this cherry blossom set. So just get them when they are available. The next one is a gray umber, and the gray umber is meant for you to use alongside of maybe some reds and things like that. And what it does is, see how that wipes off? It wipes off the color so you don't dirty your water too much. So the gray umber You can add a little bit of water to it. It granulates lovely. And it is such the perfect like bark color, no matter what, because it's got that gray undertone to it. And I find that um, when I'm trying to do like these kinds of loose little runs, I like my colors to be a little different. I don't like it to be all the same color. So when you look at my artwork, if you're like, oh my God, she's got like a lot of different colors, then think about this. You want to kind of like take your gray umber, put it in your mixer, your mixing palette, and see what kind of values you can get from it. And as you paint these colors out, don't try to paint it all in the same strength. Go through and just kind of go with the tip of your brush and do a little bit dark and a little bit light, and then go through and maybe just touch a couple of little areas. So let me just draw a couple more here. So I'm gonna like go there, and then I'm gonna touch a couple of these areas with a little bit of the dark. And as somebody was asking me the other day, how do you get your branches and things to look so natural? Honestly, you can see how I'm drawing them. I am perfectly imperfect. I really don't think about it. I just kind of take the point of my brush, which is why I got these brushes, because you see how easy it is. You don't have to switch brushes. You can use this just for so much. And I'm just going to go through in just little areas and sit here and add different values to the stem. Just like that. So simple. And so what you end up with is you end up with some lights and some darks. Now this particular color that I made is meant to give you those different values within one color, which is often the purpose of my colors, is to have something that isn't just one, but has different variations when you paint with it. And I feel like it has really been one of my secret success stories to my paintings, because I just don't really switch all that much in my paints. There's not that many. Usually there's only a handful of paints in my paintings. You know what I mean? And I don't really need them to be even more. And like, look at this. If I just add a little bit of water and I brush this out, look at how lovely the tones are. And then if I want to add a little more color, I can just go in and just tap it in an area, and bam, you've already got that beautiful mix of tones, and you don't even have to try very hard. So the next color we're going to look at is the one right below it here, and this is a beautiful, beautiful orange. Now the orange is obviously the peach blossom, and this has a transparency that you have never seen anything like it. So you can mix it with the brown if you want to, if you want a little more depth or shadows. You can also just tap a little onto some of the cherry blossoms. And this mixes just in such a lovely way to bring just so much gorgeous energy into your cherry blossom trees. I love it because it keeps you from being just too pink. And I feel like often we will kind of like go that pink road that's just cherry, you know, pink. But as you see, when we do other videos and we start to detail things, you're going to really use that orange so much, and you're going to love it. It's so, so pretty. Isn't it beautiful? So gorgeous. All right, so let me see if I can get you in a little closer so that now that we're doing a little bit painting on here, you can have some fun. All right, how about that? Maybe a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so next I'm going to, and this is just wet on dry. This is just something that's just quick. So the next one is the pinky color. The pinky one is a beautiful, beautiful color. It is actually the pink blossom, and I don't know why it's not here. Oh, you know why? Ah, that's what it is, because I added it later as a bonus. So we're going to make a slot for it. And the pink blossom is a gorgeous color as well. Now, I am going to add just a bit of it. It is granulating to kind of polish out my flowers. Now, this is like such a small little drawing, right? It's just something for you to see the colors and just kind of have a little roadmap as to what you're going to do on a larger sheet of paper later. I want you to notice how the flowers are shaped and notice how the ends of the flowers are so beautifully imperfect. Isn't that pretty? The next color is this really kind of like a deep purpley color. It's very maroon, and I happen to think it is one of my favorite colors just because I love these like caput mortem kind of colors. This is called Shadow Blossom, and Shadow Blossom will be used in the center. Now you can go ahead and just add some now, or you can use it in just a little bit. You can tap it into buds. You can use it as little like accents here. You can even take your brush and flick it onto your paper just to add some effects, because I think it's just such a gorgeous color. You see how beautiful it is? It's really pretty. So that's Shadow Blossom. So don't forget that bonus color is in there. I know. I should have put it on the card, but I think I was going to separate it, and then at the very end I decided to just put it all together for you. And now we have our beautiful cherry blossom color. The cherry blossom color is the bright pink color. Boy, I have all kinds of surprises in here, don't I? There it is. So if you notice, in some cases, I'm going right next to the orange or right on the orange. And you can even do this like, say you're going to just go ahead and paint your own cherry blossom right here on the card and say, this is my cherry blossom leaf. And then maybe I'm going to go into my orange and I'm just going to add a little bit of orange to it. That's what I would do. And then say I pick up some of the maroon and I let that just be that center bleed and let it just carry right up. It's very hard for me to stay in the lines and color things. If you notice, I prefer just to, go right in and just get started. I find that being in the lines is restrictive to me, so I'm not a very good like color person. I prefer just to paint. But I did want to give you this guide because some of you really do enjoy it. And I think that seeing the shapes of the flowers free-handed maybe will help you to, I don't know, maybe it will help you to draw your own flowers. You know what I mean? But I gave you plenty of beautiful colors to experiment with. I'm a very loose painter. I just don't really anymore. I don't typically do the really fine details anymore. I don't know why. I have a few that I've done, but I can't bring myself to like just do them anymore. I think I just did them for so long that I just prefer much looser styles, more relaxing kind of things. Isn't that pretty what that did over there? So let's do another one. Let's take a little bit of the pink. And I'm just going to roll this brush just like that. Leave it nice and wet. Pick up a little bit of the orange and just let it do its job. And then this one here, we can always, if I added too much water, we can give it and we can take it away. And then once it dries, you can go back in and add some of those details that you saw in the drawings down here. Again, once that dries, I can always add in some of the more dark. Let's do a little pink one. That pink is so pretty. Yeah, this pink came in at the very end, and I was like, oh, it's so nice. I have to include it. So you are getting a big bonus, a few bonus paints in here. And also the titanium one, the blush titanium, originally was supposed to be on a sample card, and then I ended up adding that in too. So you guys just got bonuses all over the place, but it's all good, right? I'm sure you're not complaining. Just made it a little confusing, I think, for the card now that I see it, because I realized I didn't change my card. Isn't it so pretty? Imagine when we do this on the Fabriano paper, which is like my favorite paper. All right, so this one obviously being 50-50, it doesn't sink in as much. It kind of rides on the surface. But with that being said, this is such a beautiful paper. I still really love it. I'm just going to splash a little more of that color because I just love the purpley. And then here, just out of curiosity, if you felt like it, you can smear some of this on the outside to get a little ambiance in your background. And I just want to kind of show you how easy that is. Just take a little water and re-wet these little splatters. Some of them will stick around. And I'm actually not even being careful over the wood. As you can see, I can re-wet this wood area and it's fine. So if you wanted to do a little ambiance on your background, those splatters just become an easy background. And look, I kind of messed up, but it's no problem. You know why? Because we can actually lift this color out with just a dry brush, which this one is not dry enough. Or you can leave it because happy accidents are fun. But I try to have a lot of happy accidents here with you guys when I do the tutorials because I know that you're going to be facing them. So see how really creamy and beautiful that ended up being as a wash, even though I removed some of it. It just kind of bled into the paper. This is a really beautiful color for a wash. You can use a very light version of it. You can go a little darker. You can leave it alone. There's so much you can do with this set. There's a lot of colors, right? And then this brown, you can see all the different colors in the brown that are available to you. So within, like, that's just one color, one paint color. Isn't that great? So you can see where this set is going and what it can do. It can do a lot. So let's go over them again. So this little pink one here is the blush titanium. The one next to it is that beautiful pink bonus color. So it's just pink blossom. The next one to it is the peach blossom. And then you have the aqua sky. Above that is the gray umber. Next to that is the cherry blossom, so it's the more cherry color. And next to that is the shadow blossoms. Shadow blossom, it's kind of easy to recognize because it's the more shadowy color, more like the caput mortem. It's this beautiful, like, just rich wine, like deep purple. It's so, so pretty. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, so on future videos, as we roll out this and you guys start arriving, that'll get you started. Try the challenge cards, and I am going to be back with more videos on this, going over these and talking about values. Now, obviously, it's really difficult to get values when it's this small. It's something that you have to think about during, but also think about after things have all dried. Like, this is nowhere near dry. I'm actually wanting it to kind of just do odd things and have a lot of modeling and effect in there, because I could go back in this and go in and add some really cool details. So I kind of want it to be like that, and then we can always go back in and remove color. Do these remove color? They do, but they're not the best to remove color. I recommend other brushes for removing color. That's not what these are meant to do. They're meant to lay down color very easily for you and kind of give you a little more control with your water. So if you have any more questions, please be sure to leave me a comment or shoot me an email or go on the group page and ask It's going to be so much fun. As far as the challenge cards, one more thing. You don't have to paint this entire thing. These are just inspirational cards to show you shapes, ideas, different perspectives, different kinds of cherry blossoms. You can see how some of them, this is also a beautiful thing I thought to use for like some of the paint, and then take some of the buff titanium and just spackle it, you know, over here. Once you've got your painting together, you can also blend, just ideas to think about, right? And even if you don't have this actual card, that's why I'm putting it on the screen for you now so you can see them. Aren't they pretty? What do you think of these little inspirational pages? I think that they're a great addition because I think they just give me so many ideas. You know, I just sit and look at them. I think they're so pretty. Like, look at how beautiful these little delicate flowers are, how they have the lighter pink on the outside, and then they have the darker outline going on, which you could do either in the brown and then let it sit and then add pink, or do the brown after. It's really pretty, right? So many beautiful little ideas that you could paint with this set. And then on the back, there are some other options. So if you mix a little bit of yellow into this blue, you're going to get some of these beautiful greens. And I think that that is another way you can kind of flex your set and add a little bit of pink in there, which would really be pretty. Here, this is this one. On the back of this one is the blue. So if you add this blue and then you use the brown here, that'll work. And then some of the buff, the blush titanium will work to get that like really beautiful white-ish pink cherry blossom like fluff, I think it is, right, on top of it once you do your backgrounds. And you can also do really beautiful modeling with the background here with this, and even use a little bit of the pink with the pink along with the blue to kind of get more of these like little purpley colors. Or you could even go in and use some shadow blossom with it, even some pink blush with it. There are a lot of options within these colors to mix together to do different backgrounds, and then go over it with some just splashes of the white, you know. So I would just take this, I would take a brush that you could literally like do this with, and I would just kind of spray the blush titanium in that, over like a tree like that. But anyway, we'll do these in future videos so you have even more ideas on how to work with your tools. Oh, should we swatch this one again? Even though I have a video on it. You got a lot of paint in this one, right? This was like a bonus paint. You got so many different paints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went nuts. I always do. So this is that limited edition retro Schmincahordum color. It also, I felt, just fits in with this set so well. Hopefully you heeded my advice and added something to your subscription, because when you do, that means I can fill it in my watercolor studio, and I always have extra samples to send out to you guys. So that's why I try to get you to like order a brush, or I just typically have a lot of extra little goodies in there that you can shop for that are really inexpensive. And then I can fill your order and give you some nice extra little bonuses. Isn't that a beautiful color? So again, oh my gosh, look at all the colors you got in this set. Tell me that's not amazing. All right, have fun. I will catch you guys again soon, and keep your eye out for future videos. I have more coming out this month as we go through our February monthly subscription. Don't forget, I'm preparing March now, and that is going to go out February 15th. So if you have anything to add to that order, be sure to do it now. There's a lot of goodies on the website, and that will mean that you will be included in all the little extra samples that I send out right directly from the studio. So remember, right now through February 5th, like the first week in February, is when you want to add to your next subscription, because that is where I can pull the packages, open them up, and get all those extra goodies in there for you. If you wait too long, it won't be time, and fulfillment will automatically send your subscription out as is, which is great. But you know, you want the extra goodies too. Why not? And pick up like a brush for $6.50 or something, and that's all you need to do. Have a great one, you guys, and thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. I'm so excited that you're here and that you've hung in. If you enjoy your little gift from me and you start like, you know, just looking at it, let me know, please. And please take a picture and add it to Facebook, because I want to see how you think about this subscription. If I did good with the challenge cards, if you felt that these were really handy, having these extra little things where you can learn to paint and learn to draw cherry blossoms. If that is the case, then I will definitely do more for you. Have a great one. Bye.